BigfootTracker.com is going to come out of the woodwork as the greatest expedition for Bigfoot ever.
It was a series of low-budget videos complete with soundtrack ripped from 80s TV series Knight Rider.
Deuce, our Bigfoot takedown dog, he's not going to kill him. He's going to take him down and get him to submit.
They were posted on YouTube and showed two men supposedly on the hunt for the half-man, half-ape creature that has long captured the imagination of people all over the world. In the videos, Matt Whitten and Rick Dyer said they were running a company that would take you into the woods on a hunt for the elusive creature.
Book your expedition today.
And in one of their webisodes, they even claimed to be in possession of a once-in-a-lifetime find.
I'm going to announce it to the world. We have a Bigfoot body.
The difference between these chronicles and the countless other far-fetched videos that circulate the web, many believe. The media threw up a circus tent.
Found the body.
Countless dollars changed hands, and what may have simply been a wry and darkly comedic parody of Bigfoot hunters angered the nation and cost the creator his job. The Internet. It's a library of information. It's society's diary and a canvas for creativity. Blogs, vlogs, letters, and ramblings are all hanging like laundry for the world to see. It's a perfect breeding ground for rumors and hoaxes.
Your average person sitting at home, is not going to take the time to try to discovering whether it's true or not. So instead, they just pass it along, and that is how rumors get spread.
David Sarno reports on web culture for the LA Times. Part of his job is debunking internet rumors and hoaxes.
I think that there's a growing kind of underground internet culture of people that likes to fool people. And the more people that you can fool, the more of a kind of narcotic sensation you get. It's an addiction.
A strange-looking monster supposedly washes up on shore in Montauk, Long Island. The photograph spreads like wildfire. A UFO is spotted in the skies over Haiti. Millions see the video online, and experts have trouble debunking it. Someone posted a rumor on iReport.com that Steve Jobs was rushed to the hospital. Apple stock suddenly drops, only to recover when the rumor is discredited.
There's a kind of power that you feel when you have pulled the wool over hundreds of thousands of people's eyes. And people are realizing that it's not as difficult as it used to be now that we have the internet.
Internet hoaxes are commonly used to sell products through the great visibility the web offers. But according to Matt Whitten, his clips were just a joke.
That has the power bars in it, right?
Yeah.
And the two never took anyone on the expeditions that the clips seemed to be advertising, even though they did have requests.
It's just, we're entertainers, is really what it comes down to. We started off with we're making videos on YouTube, just for fun, really.
All we want to do is just try to catch him. We're not going to try to hurt him, probably an endangered species.
But the people in the Bigfoot world, they were just real crazy. People call in with death threats and stuff. And it was punching their buttons, and we just figured, hey, let's just keep going.
So they did. Rick and Matt, an active duty police officer who had recently been shot in the line of duty,
and that police officer was shot in the wrist,
continued posting the over-the-top clips that seemed to be poking fun at themselves.
We have a tow truck in case we actually get onto something big that we can't haul off ourselves. We go all out with this business.
After the two claimed to have collected a real Bigfoot carcass from the woods,
this is the male of the species under here,
they called in a scientist named Dr. Van Buren.
I'm still shaking, just from seeing it. Even the smell, there's just an odd, I've smelled primates before, but this is an odd smell.
But when the viewers recognized the scientist as Matt's brother, Matt admitted that the scientist was fake.
Seems that the stalkers have busted us in a hoax. Just because we tricked a bunch of stalkers this weekend doesn't mean that we don't have a body.
Things heated up when a reporter for a local paper who had interviewed Matt when he was shot recognized him in the videos on YouTube and came out to ask him about the Bigfoot body.
He interviewed Rick and puts it on, and the headline is cop claims to have Bigfoot or something like that. And so then the whole world went crazy.
Even though he had never shown so much as a picture of the dead creature, one of the biggest hoaxes in internet history was born.
Bigfoot is real, and we're going to make a sanctuary for him.
As the phenomenon grew, well-known Bigfoot researcher Tom Biscardi gained an interest in the story and met with the two.
It was like the dream team. We had a good story going, and we're just regular guys. He had the connections to make it a big deal.
Matt Witten and Rick Dyer were in the process of orchestrating one of the biggest hoaxes in internet history.
We have a Bigfoot body.
Their series of web videos claiming to be in possession of a Bigfoot body was drawing them into the mainstream press, and well-known Bigfoot researcher Tom Biscardi had come to Georgia to meet with them.
It was like the dream team. We had a good story going, and we're just regular guys. He had the connections to make it a big deal.
Rick and Matt told us that Biscardi was involved in the deception from the moment they met. It's important to note that we talked to Biscardi about this accusation, and he denies knowing that it was a hoax. Whether or not he was complicit, Biscardi did land a press conference that was a media extravaganza, airing live on multiple networks, including CNN and Fox News.
What I prodded was not a mask that was sewn on a bear hide.
The men offered up some pictures, a lot of hype, and a DNA sample from an opossum that they claim must have been taken from the stomach of the creature.
This is as real as you're standing right where you are, sir.
As the world was waiting eagerly for the unveiling of the frozen Yeti, Matt and Rick were trying to figure out how they would reveal the hoax.
We didn't know exactly how we were going to end it. There was going to be a point where it would end, and it would end really good.
One possibility,
And the next press conference would be when we unveiled the body. Right. And like when we unveiled the body, like a guy would jump out in the suit and scare everybody with the camera.
You actually thought about doing this?
Yeah, I just thought that would be great.
but they told us Biscardi had other plans. Again, we have no way of verifying this statement. Either way, the hoax was crumbling. Someone had compared the images of their Bigfoot to a costume from retailer The Horror Dome. That, coupled with the odd results from the DNA samples, and the hoax came unraveled. The two told us Biscardi turned on them.
I remember he said, I got a reputation to hold up.
A gorilla suit in a freezer.
Biscardi's team sent out a press release claiming that he had been tricked.
That's just cruel.
He has filed a lawsuit against Dyer and Witten.
You know, the way it ended, we were like these sleaze bags that tricked everybody. And you know what? We really weren't. You know, we entertained people. I mean, it was just about having a good time.
This is a male. They're actually out there breeding.
But some didn't take the joke too lightly, and Matt lost his job with the police force.
The reason I've heard that people thought that you should have got fired is because people felt like they were lied to, and a police officer shouldn't lie.
Well, there's a difference between saying, I swear what I'm about to tell you is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, or I have a Bigfoot in the freezer. There's two different things, and that's the difference. I've never lied under oath.
Like I'm sure Chief Turner has told his son or whoever that there's a Santa Claus. Well, he just lied. Well, he should be fired.
Well, Santa Claus is real. Bigfoot was a hoax.
And in a society where we see television programs like Candid Camera, Punk'd, and Jackass orchestrating practical jokes and hoaxes for profit, we have to ask ourselves, are we only angry because we tuned into the press conference and fell into the trap?
This is not a mask.
You can blame the people that come up with the hoax as much as you want, but the people that choose to accept it without thinking about it too much, aren't we all a little bit to blame too? I don't think that hoaxes are going anywhere, and if the past 2 years is any indicator, there's just going to be a lot more of them. So the question is, how is the public going to adapt, and are we going to be able to approach these with a little more caution and thoughtfulness?
Dyer and Witten have nitty-gritty details about the hoax and some explosive allegations regarding their relationship with Biscardi posted at BigfootTracker.com. Biscardi denies all of them. One side is not telling the whole truth. You'll have to decide for yourself.